Hey, I'm Dr. Chris Haskell. Please call me Doc. I'm the head coach and a professor at Boise State University. A big part of my job is that I talk to lots of students and parents in the recruiting process, and some parents are pretty skeptical. I mean, games have always been this thing that they do on the side, and when they find out there are college scholarships, and we offer 150,000 in college scholarships every year, they're blown away that somebody would want to pay bright students, their student, to come to college and play video games when they don't value it as much. What we've discovered and communicate to as many parents as we can is that these skills are specialized and they have a lot of value to an institution. In the same way that a quarterback who can throw 80 yards or a running back who's got a 4.1 40, those are really special skills that elevate a university in their competitive endeavors. Video games are no different. You know, an SSL Rocket League player or an Immortal Valorant player or beyond, they have really special skills that have value to institutions like ours that want to recruit the best at what they do. And video games is just one of those categories. Another thing that parents often mention to me is, what can they do with this? I mean, if you think about a football player who comes to play football but studies history, it gives them an opportunity to be part of a team, to have real expectations placed on them, academic, behavioral, and it frames their college experience not as an individual, but as part of a group that has to really learn to do good things with and for that group and not to disappoint their peers or their coaches. And so those are really valuable skills to employers no matter what they do. Are there careers in and around video games? Sure. But more importantly, being part of a team, developing yourself as a player is all part of becoming a better human, which translates into a better employee, a better entrepreneur, a better family member, a better spouse. All of those things are what we build in esports. One of the things we really like about our Esports Tower connection is that we get to watch these students and listen to them play in the context of a team in the same way that we're looking. And it's not that we expect to find perfection, but we do like to identify the things that, I think we could really come alongside this player and show them this technique or teach them this style of communication. It would really unlock their game, right? Finding great players is not in finding what they are today, but what they can become. And with our Esports Tower players, we get to see them in the development phase, whether they're a plat player today or much further. We can see what they can become with the right structure, and we get to watch them develop and climb with the coaching they get and become more and more of the players that we're interested in. And make no mistake about it, we're looking for great players, and the more exposure that we have to these young people and the great things that they do, the higher they go on our recruiting list, and the more that we want to talk to them and are more likely to offer them a college scholarship, not just for us, but all institutions. One of the things we really like about Esports Tower is the coaching that they receive. When we're looking for players for our college programs, how they receive coaching and what benefit that has to them and their growth competitively and as people is really important. And a lot of players come to us who are just good at the game but have never had any coaching. Esports Tower gives them really good coaches, and coaching gives them that experience and is a much better predictor of how they'll do in our program than anything that they could do by themselves in the game. For parents who are on the fence, we talk to those parents all the time. Anything that your child does to really dive in and to become good at anything, whether it's model train building or a video game or throwing a baseball, any work that you do to develop those skills translates to other things, even if you don't know what they translate to. And most of us as adults can think about we did this for a while, and then I had to do phone sales for a while, and we can kind of build this string of where we are today in these activities that we really dove into. It doesn't mean that it's going to be their profession, but it is an avenue for personal development into a professional life. For us at Boise State, when a student transitions over from a high school player and a club player, an Esports Tower player, to a college player, there's always a little bit of concern. Oh, are they going to go to class? Are they going to do those things? At the college level, we make sure that they do that. They can't stay eligible to play unless they're focused on their education. They're limiting, believe it or not, their actual play to not just throwing mindless hours at the game, but very focused hours, 20 hours a week for us. And that's the limit that we'll accept. They realize that, oh, they're moving from something that we try to structure but is really hard, to something that is actually really structured. And the development of their ability in the game into a college program through a group like Esports Tower and the great coaches actually is just the next phase of the evolution. We're really grateful. We describe it all the time as the AAU of gaming, right? It's this structured program that allows us to see where they are in their process and decide if they're right for us. With more than 300 universities offering scholarships, if they're not right for us, they're going to be right for somebody.